end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, hey, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
19 yards there on the catch and run.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. He'll buy some time right. Got a man. It's Brown. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. On second down now. It's Ingram, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Throwing again on second down. Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Throwing is Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Tucker with the extra point. And we got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. On second down. It's Freeman, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta. At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 36 yards on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired. That's a big game. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back and forth first half that we've seen.
Go! Check three. Tighten up. Shit! Watch the shit! 51.
On second down, Freeman. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Freeman. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman with his second touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in, because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot, and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
Looking to throw on second down. Ryan flush to his right. Gets it off to Freeman. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Ryan into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw again. Buying time to his left. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. Jackson operating from the gun, eluding the pressure right. He may try and run. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On third down, Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
Let's see what I got from the boy.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an open.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 77 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 21. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
From the 36, Ryan under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Pecco racks up the sack.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Ingram again. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. From the gun on third down, Jackson escaping the pressure right. It's complete to Snead. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Again, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson, and he's going to go down again. The sack coming from Adrian Claiborne off the edge. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied 4th quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game 4th quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 24, Ryan. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan, they almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
There you go, Jack.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third. There's Jackson on third and long. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, had some blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6. Space to maneuver at the 40. Roberts has it. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. It's caught by Roberts. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The end result, 21 yards. Here's Jackson. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off at the 13. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Tack McKinley picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a pickup of 8 yards to move him into a 3rd and 13 here. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Jackson. And an alley to run. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Jackson now being chased out left. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the...
Can do shit, Card.